Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our first Q&A for this week, leading up to the mid-season finale for Fear the Walking Dead Season 3. And the first question for this one is about the channel and how the channel is doing. And spoiler warning, if you are not caught up for Fear the Walking Dead, we'll leave that for the second part of this video, up to Season 3, Episode 6. So the first question came in for this one from Ephraim Campbell, and he says, hey Trev, Q&A. Do you even care if you lose subscribers? You're always telling people to subscribe. So I mean, I would too, but just wondering. So does he... And I thought I'd just kind of, address, I suppose, this kind of elephant in the room, so to speak, about how the channel is doing. I haven't really done many channel updates for a while. Of course, this summer, focusing pretty heavily on Fear the Walking Dead because we don't have Game of Thrones on yet. Game of Thrones will be hitting in a couple weeks now. And by the way, happy Independence Day, 4th of July for all of my brothers and sisters down south. That'll be, tomorrow. So have fun tomorrow, guys. But yeah, so been focusing quite a bit on Fear the Walking Dead since Game of Thrones hasn't started yet. Still make the regular kind of Walking Dead videos, about as many as I can, but there's not much news out this year. So a lot of it's like top 5s, top 10s, that kind of thing, And I've pretty much covered most of the Walking Dead, topics that there is to discuss right now at this time until we get new content, new news for the series. But with regards to losing subscribers and how the channel is doing, that kind of thing, as Ephraim brought up here, I'm pretty transparent to let you guys know how things are going, that kind of thing. I don't usually kind of hold things back from you guys. It's not doing well. It's not. It hasn't been for maybe, I don't want to say the past year, but as far as subscribers go, that kind of thing, does it bother me if I do lose subscribers? Well, yeah, it bothers me, because of course you want to do the best you can. You want people to like the content that you're producing. You want people to enjoy it. And of course you want people to support the channel and to subscribe. If people unsubscribe, kind of tells you that you're doing something wrong, right? And so that has been happening quite a bit last couple of months. But a lot of it is probably because I post so many Fear the Walking Dead videos. There's a lot of people that are they're just not into it. They're not into Fear the Walking Dead. They like the original series, but I find very few people actually, watch Fear the Walking Dead or even really give it much of a chance. It's a couple of seasons in now, so, it's gotten a lot better, though, this last year, I want to say. But yeah, there's just not a lot of people who like Fear the Walking Dead compared to the regular series. So does it bother me that this kind of thing has been happening recently and the channel has not done really that well this year? It's kind of been one of the, lesser performing years, I suppose, maybe around 5 or 6 years or something like that. But hey, what are you going to do, right? All you can do is do your best, and, I always try to produce the best content that I can for you guys as often as I can. I'm not somebody where I'll only make one video in 2 weeks or something, and then that's it for a month, and then I make another one a month later, and that's enough to get hundreds of thousands of subscribers, something like that. I don't do it that way. I try to produce content for you guys that I enjoy, and I enjoy talking about with you guys on almost a daily basis. So it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. Of course, I don't really like it. I like you guys to want to enjoy the videos and everything, but what can you do sometimes? And no, I'm not going to stop reviewing Fear the Walking Dead or covering Fear the Walking Dead just because a lot of people don't like it. I personally do enjoy it. I personally like reviewing it, like watching it every weekend with those of you guys who do like watching it, and so I review it for you. If other people don't like it, well, is what it is. But I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, and having fun doing this, because first and foremost, this is a hobby to do. It's a passion project. It's a side thing for me to do that I really enjoy, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to take my enjoyment out of it, for sake of, whatever, trying to meet some kind of metric or something. I'm going to still try to enjoy it. I'm going to still try to have fun with it. And if I feel really passionate about Fear the Walking Dead, I really love what's going on with that, or other things as well, too, that I may produce videos, about it. Those of you who will stick with me with the channel, I really appreciate it. I want to thank you guys for your support. And those of you who don't, who have left, well, that's cool, too. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing as a result of that. But yeah, there's ups and downs with everything in life, so it's just what it is. And of course, the trailer for The Walking Dead will be hitting next month, so I imagine a lot of people will get more interested in talking about Walking Dead and the videos that I do make once the trailer for season 8 hits. But yeah, let's answer some of your guys' Fear the Walking Dead questions, because this is Fear the Walking Dead video, so to speak, Fear the Walking Dead time of the year. Renzh says, so Q&A, Trev, do you think we will see Ofelia in this next episode? And do you think Daniel will find Ofelia? So yeah, we do know that we're going to see Ofelia this mid-season finale for sure, because we have seen her with Walker. We don't know with regards to Daniel if he's going to find her. I doubt it. I mean, based on his location and all the places he would have to search to find her, I would lean well towards he's not going to find her this half, I wouldn't think. Maybe next half he could kind of narrow in on her position, but right now he's kind of closer to where last we saw him was closer to the hotel there, and that's not very close to where Ofelia would actually be at. He wouldn't even be looking where she's at currently. Karen Phillips says, so Trev, evil Troy is going to be the hero to save the ranch. Troy kills innocent people. How can that be okay? This show is nothing like The Walking Dead. So the group that we follow in Fear the Walking Dead, it's something that we've theorized about for quite a while, is that they might not be a group of, good guys or heroes, so to speak. They may actually be a group of villains. And what's happening with Troy and Madison right now, and kind of how Madison is kind of, guiding him towards, a confrontation with Walker and the others. Of course, she did see the same thing we did with the crows and the stuff that he does, that Walker does, and maybe she views Troy as probably the only one there that might be able to stop this guy, that might be able to take Walker down. She probably views Jake as not having the tact, maybe, or the aggressiveness to take him down, whereas she probably views Troy as someone who would be able to. Now, would he be a hero to do it? Well, there's going to be blood, so I don't know how heroic it would look for him to do that. Of course, he's not a good guy character, and there's kind of an assumption under your question, which is that you have to be, and I see where you're kind of going with this. How can that be okay? It's not okay for him to kill innocent people. It's not okay for the stuff he does, and that does not mean he's going to lose. There's kind of an assumption here in what you're saying, which is that because Troy is evil, he should therefore lose. And I get what you're saying. This you can kind of go higher with this into karma and things like this. But really, whoever's going to win, it comes down to who's going to win that battle, who's going to win that fight. Whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, really it comes down to who wins. It's not about, well, you're good or you're bad or what have you. It's really about how does the situation play out and who actually wins and outsmarts the other person, or is able to use the right strategy, the right tactics, and catch the other person off guard, as Walker did with Troy and his group earlier, kind of allowing them to kind of come in and then surrounding them from the outside and trapping them. So, we're used to kind of stories always having the good guys win, but that's not necessarily the way it always goes down. Whoever's the most, righteous or moral or ethical is not always the one who wins in battles in real life, or, in stories either, in fiction either. So, but I understand what you're saying, that you hate Troy, and I understand that. I mean, a lot of us do. But, he still could be used by Madison for the right reasons. But we'll have to see what happens in the mid-season finale and how this whole thing shakes down with Walker. Really good stuff. Carol Mcfry says, Trev, when do you think Fear the Walking Dead will return once it goes on break for this half? So I'm thinking it'll probably return mid-August, probably, if it's going to end July next weekend. Probably return in about a month or so. So, give or take. We'll get the exact date after the mid-season finale airs, and they'll tell us when it's going to come back. But it'll probably be something like that. I'm thinking similar to what they did last year, only this year they decided to do like a double premiere, double finale, and start it later, which is kind of cool because you get it all at once, and it kind of, you kind of get the impact because you get to see a double premiere, which is huge, and a double finale, so it kind of hits you at once, which is pretty cool. But of course, I do like to have more Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead on more weekends than not as well too. Matt F says, hey Trev, just want to say thanks for the reviews. Keep it up. So for Matt, for sure, going to continue, of course, mid-season finale. Yeah, we'll do that. And then after that, probably continue on through with Fear, to be honest, the length of the series, regardless of what it does for the channel or doesn't do. Because I just enjoy it. So why not? Oliver Mendonca says, my guess is Otto is going to die soon or will not be able to lead, and we can see that some of Troy's men are looking up to Madison and respecting her because she can lead and does not show fear or does not lead out of fear. It leads out of respect, as she said to Troy earlier. So I'm thinking Madison will take over from Otto and Troy, will follow her out of respect because he likes her, or possibly he could die as well. So I do think for the mid-season finale, I do think Jeremiah is going to be killed off pretty soon. I do think so. But we'll have to see how everything turns out because there's just so many variables, there's so many characters right now and so many factors between, Jake, Troy, Madison, and even Jeremiah, because of course, it's just a prediction that I think he'll be killed off. He might not be. And Walker, that it's going to be really hard to see. But eventually, you could see someone like Madison maybe taking over that group and becoming the leader because she is sort of our Rick Grimes for fear, so to speak. RBF Calf says, hey, Trev, question. Do you think Madison and the group are on the wrong side? So on the wrong side with regards to maybe they are on his land or something like that, like they are on the... Walker's land, and he does have rights to it. It doesn't seem like it to me, but I understand kind of what you're saying because Jeremiah does kind of seem like a little bit of a shady character, a little bit, but it kind of seems to me like Walker just wants to take the ranch because of everything they built on it. Because land is one thing. Even if he did own the land, it's not like he built this huge ranch with all this, all this stuff and stockpile all this ammunition and all these things. They did all that work. So for him to kind of just tell them to vacate, so leave, and then for him to just kind of swoop in and take everything for himself is like, it doesn't seem to me like that's right either. So I don't know if you want to say they're on the wrong side of things. If Troy kind of takes over the whole group, and depending on what he does, then you might be able to say that they are on the wrong side. But we'll have to see what Troy decides to do. From the other characters that are involved, Jeremiah and Jake, they seem like good people. So I don't think they're 100% on the wrong side, but there certainly is evil within the ranch group, that's for sure. And the last one will be from Bryant Martinez, who says, what's up, Trev? Q&A. How would you want Fear the Walking Dead to end? And I just threw this one in here because, to be honest, we could probably use this for a whole video. But, I mean, it's like impossible to say how we would want Fear the Walking Dead to end because I feel like we don't know enough about it yet for us to start talking about how it should end, because we have these characters, but we don't know who's going to become more prominent. We don't know who's going to become like, kind of one of these legendary type of characters that we have in the regular Walking Dead, where, you see, merchandise for them all over the place, this kind of stuff. There's like Negan Bat and Lucille Bats everywhere and stuff, right? So we don't know who's going to kind of become something. I mean, how Fear the Walking Dead can end. I mean, you could say like maybe with the death of Madison or something like that, or the group being safe and having a happy ending, but how I'd want it to end, like maybe season 7 to 10, something like that, and maybe a happy ending for our characters. But again, there's no comic book series or anything, so it's different from the original Walking Dead. That's really tough to answer because I feel like we're still just kind of getting going in the third season. And that'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. If you liked it, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share and favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again soon for another. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.